One of the most important things you need to understand as a content creator is lighting and how to properly light your subject or whatever it is you're creating. For example, in this scenario where you see me right here, I'm actually pretty dark, and that's due to the fact that there's a window right that you don't see me that's right behind me, and that's the only light source I have. However, if you look behind me, it's perfectly exposed, the set looks nice, and that has to do with the fact that I have this nice light back here that I rely on day in and day out in order to create content for you guys. So let me go ahead and quickly break this setup down for you here and how I use it. Hey, how's it going, guys? Cesar Santos, and this channel is all about helping you and inspiring you to create content with whatever means necessary. So if you're interested in learning about technology, gear, or other ways of creating content, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And this is the GVM SD200D. It's a bicolor LED light made by GVM, and it's attached to an impact Seez stand, and I'm using the aperture lantern. This light is extremely simple to use, and you can find it pretty much anywhere on the internet, Amazon, B&H. I'll actually link down in the description of this video down below if you're looking for this light. I've actually had a chance to use aperture lights, Godox, and some other brands, off-brand lights, and by far this is actually one of the best lights out there. If you compare all the other options out there head to head, this one would definitely win on price point. I highly recommend it to anyone looking to create content or starting to create content. If they need that one light that can do pretty much anything they need it to do in most settings when it comes to shooting, obviously indoors, this light is definitely one of the good options out there. Now, obviously, it being a budget light, it doesn't compete up against some of the most expensive lights out there. There obviously are better options if you have the money, again, but I'm talking about a budget setup. This light, you do need to actually have plugged in via this power adapter. As you can see, it just plugs in down here. There's the power brick. Most lights in this price range don't come with the adapter that you actually need in order to power it on the go, like using a V-mount battery. This company, however, GVM, does sell the adapter separate, which is great for those of you that don't need it. You might not need it. You might just need to plug it into the wall like I do. It does come in this really cool carrying case right here. And there's a few accessories that are included. And this also is a Bowens mount, so you can buy different accessories, which is why this light is great for most of you looking to get a light in this price range, anywhere from $300 to $400, depending on what you need. But accessories, these things, you can find them anywhere from aperture to even GVM makes their own lantern. Then you also have other different diffusers that you can get that use the Bowens mount that allow you to switch them out pretty easily and simply. And one other thing too as well is how noisy this actually is when it's running. Most of these COB lights that you see from Aperture, Godox, or even GVM, they have a built-in fan that's actually right here, and they produce noise. For it being a 200-watt LED light, it's actually not that noisy. Hear for yourself. And this is at 100%, as you can see here, at 5500 Kelvin. You can barely hear it unless you boost up the gain all the way up on your microphone, or you have a really bad setup. That would be the only complaint that I would have, is not having decent audio in order to capture your own audio to not hear this fan. Plus, most of the time, this fan's actually going to be pretty far away from where you're filming anyways, so you really don't have to actually worry about it. I'll actually be using this light fairly soon for some really creative content that you'll see here soon on the channel, where I use this light in different ways to show you guys how to actually use a light depending on obviously what you're trying to do, whether you're doing product videography for your business, your brand, maybe you're selling t-shirts and you need to know how to light your products properly. I'll be doing some stuff like that, so be on the lookout for it. And as always, I leave links down in the description of this video for those of you who are looking for the products I use to create content. See you guys later.